I was literally closing my eyes to fall asleep. I was basically gone. I was super tired. And then I seen Twitter blow up the notifications. And at this time of night, I never expect anything crazy. But the Toronto Maple Leafs have taken a huge swing. And Kyle Dubas has taken that huge swing to go after a star player. What's going on, guys? Andrew Piluk Hockey here, back again with another video, and the Maple Leafs have made a monster trade to acquire Ryan O'Reilly. Now, to simplify the trade a little bit, Elliot Friedman has put out a tweet saying that Toronto gets Ryan O'Reilly and Noel Acciari, St. Louis gets Mikhail Abramov and Adam Gaudette, a Toronto first-round pick in 2023, the Ottawa third-round pick in 2023, and Toronto's second-round pick in 2024. Minnesota acted as a middleman and gets a Toronto fourth-round pick to take on some money, and we'll get to that in just a second because Cat Friendly has tweeted out something, and I'm getting details as I'm making this video right now. The Toronto Maple Leafs have acquired Ryan O'Reilly in a three-way trade, and this is how the money works for Ryan O'Reilly's $7.5 million cap hit. St. Louis retained 50%, which is $3.75, traded him to Minnesota, which would then basically they retained 50%. Apparently they only ended up retaining 25%. I'm not too sure. And now it's saying with a cap hit of $1.875 million. But I actually want to see this. They're saying Minnesota will only retain 25%. But regardless, like I said, I'm trying to get all the details here as the video goes on. All we do know for sure is that Ryan O'Reilly is a Toronto Maple Leaf. I'm not too sure if this would mean that the Leafs are done. Acquiring Noel Acciari as well is something that's really interesting because he's a pretty decent depth player. Do the Leafs feel like maybe they can move off of a different contract like an Engvall or maybe a Kerfoot? I doubt it, but do they feel like maybe that's an expendable contract now? But the big piece here is that they acquire Ryan O'Reilly, the captain of the St. Louis Blues. You know, a proven playoff performer, Stanley Cup champion, a guy that playing with a really bad Blues team this year is probably going to play a little bit better playing with the Toronto Maple Leafs. I think that this is a great deal, and I see a lot of people saying, oh, the Leafs have mortgaged their future. They gave up a lot of picks, but what is the really important thing here is that Abramov, good prospect. Adam Gaudette is just kind of a throw-in piece, and that's no disrespect. But the Leafs didn't give up Matthew Nyes. They didn't give up Niemela. They didn't give up like any of their main top prospects that they have really put a lot of time and effort into. Joseph Woll is not a part of this deal. This is a big deal. And again, giving up a first is a huge deal. I understand that. But they acquired Ryan O'Reilly. Like I said, this guy, proven playoff performer, Stanley Cup champion, center. And this is what's interesting. And we're going to have to talk about this very soon. Did they acquire Ryan O'Reilly to play in their bottom six as a third-line centerman, or did they acquire him to play in the top six as a winger, or are they moving somebody to the wing? And the only somebody would be John Tavares, so we'll get to that in a second. I'm not too sure. But again, pretty huge contract. His contract will expire at the end of this season, but this is what I need to go back to. Sorry about that. Yeah. He's an Ontario, Canada boy. Clinton, Ontario, Canada. People are wondering if he'll just come and re-sign with Toronto again in the offseason. But we're not going to talk about that this second. Look at his numbers previously, right? He's having, for him, a bit of an off year. 12 goals, though, 19 points in 40 games played. That minus 24 is very telling, but that's a team stat. But if you look at his playoff numbers, this guy has proven that he can put up numbers in the playoffs. He can score. He can do things in the playoffs. And that's something that the Leafs really need. He's got that little bit of grit. He's got some of that aggression. And he's going to play really well for the Leafs. I honestly think this is a great pickup. He was one of the guys that I figured the Leafs would be after. And then you also have Noel Acciari, who's a really good pickup. His cap hit is $1.25 million currently. Again, I have to double check what all the money is going to be like, but former 20-goal scorer, really nice depth player, has 10 goals this year, 18 points. It's just the Leafs stocking the cupboards with extra forwards because you can never have too many going into the playoffs. You can never have too many depth options. So again, I'm really just trying to see if there's any other like parts to this trade. Cat Friendly also just tweeted, please bear with us as we enter this trade into the site. These double retain trades take a while to input correctly. So again, there's a lot of like little details here. So Tim and Friends is also saying 75% of O'Reilly's salary is retained. So again, some people are saying 50 and then another 50. Some people are saying 50 and then another 25. But regardless, it doesn't matter. Ryan O'Reilly will be on the Maple Leafs. I'm getting texts from a lot of different people. Yeah, this is kind of crazy. All I know is that we're going to have to make another video on how this all works for their cap. And if this means they're done. I honestly don't think they are. I think that they're going to still make some moves. Dubas likes making moves a little bit early, so we'll have to see what this means for later down the line. So if you guys are new here, make sure to like this video and subscribe. Lots of Leafs content coming. Again, huge trade. Ryan O'Reilly, Noel Acciari to the Maple Leafs. Lots of picks going the other way. But this is called a home run swing. Dubas is going for it. Let me know what you guys think down below. Peace.